Year 184, Northern China. A Taoist sorcerer by the name of Zhang Jue was throwing Chinese countryside, government, and social order into turmoil. His Yellow Turban Rebellion was gaining speed. It was a rebellion that would help consummate the demise to the weakening Han Dynasty. 1850, Southern China. A heterodox Christian leader known as Xiuquan was throwing Chinese countryside, government, and social order into turmoil. His Taiping Rebellion was gaining speed. It was a rebellion that would result in the death of over 30 million in 14 years, while controlling almost half of China. The Yellow Turban Rebellions and the Taiping Rebellion were influenced by many natural disasters, magnified by incompetent states. Likewise, pressure maintaining the recently expanded Silk Road during the Han Dynasty and atrocities committed by Europeans during the Opium Wars of the Qing Dynasty. Many Chinese were desperate enough to join movements like these rebellions, as they were offered many basic necessities. Under these circumstances, Zhang Jue, leader of the Yellow Turban Rebellion, had once been a scholar who studied for the civil service examinations. After he failed these exams, he grew reclusive and went into the mountains to collect herbs, embracing Taoism. As a legend is told, Zhang Jue encounters a mystical Taoist sage who commands him to devote himself to a book known as The Essential Art for the Millennium. By dedicating himself to this Taoist scripture and mastering spells, only then could he save China from its apparent ruin. About 1600 years later, Xiuquan had failed his fourth civil service examination. The extreme mental fatigue and pressure that had accumulated from his studies had finally broke free, and he suffered from an extreme nervous breakdown in which he experienced vivid hallucinations. The imagined characters in these visions told Huang to banish the demons from China, and only then could he save his country. When he emerged from these traumas, he was convinced that he was the younger brother of Jesus Christ. Similarities between these men and situations are similar in countless ways, but do these similarities go beyond the natural patterns of dynastic shift? First, Xiuquan had been under mental fatigue instituted by the nature of the exams. It is known for people in extreme stress environments to suddenly develop bizarre shifts in personality. The mental deterioration that resulted could have altered his state of mind, in which he developed another identity. Not only did he appear to have adopted some of Zhang Jue's traits, it is possible that Xiuquan had instinctively developed these. Secondly, the romance of the Three Kingdoms was permeated throughout Chinese culture. It affected many perceptions, ranging from government, religion, and sense of self. Even Mao Zedong quoted these books to try to predict future events. It might not be a mistake when observing that Hong's dive into madness unconsciously resurrected and fused parts of Zhang Jue's character within himself. The current traumas within 1850 China could have convinced him to correct these in the manner he encountered in the Three Kingdoms masterwork. Since these legends gave many Chinese a cultural identity, I propose the idea that the only way Hong could relate to perceived reality is how the characters in the classic would have done. The power of suggestion of these legendary tales within modern China cannot be underestimated.